really talking about the gory situation that really it was a gory situation what we saw yesterday. CS Mutua over some jobs and everything. Rather be very honest, I said. It's in the advent of the anniversary of our former president Uhuru Kenyatta. We wish him happy birthday and we remember him at least for being not deaf to the plight of the young people. At least he knew that there is need for circulation of money. He knew that the young people, it's better to have an economic stimulus project. And I think that Uhuru Kenyatta actually did his best. Now, look at what we are doing today. We are told of jobs to go and do in Qatar, to go and do in Saudi Arabia. And look at where the government is taking us. Why can they now take? They're taking us to Saudi Arabia. They're taking us to Dubai. They're taking us to go and do these menial jobs, and they're bringing Adani here. Adani who is coming empty-handed like me. Adani is coming without anything. Adani is going to be given what we call the title deeds of JKIA, of which they are going to use as collateral to get loans to do the revamping of the JKIA. And look at this scenario. We even gave Adani the power to appoint those who are going to work in different cases. So all the levels of professionals there are going to be dictated by Adani. We are going to have a Kenya whose first defense line, which is our airline, is going to be manned by foreigners working in Kenya, getting great money from Kenyan people, going back to Bombay to reinvest there, using our capital to now, it's like Kenya today is being some kind of a small state of India. We are a sub-branch of India. We take money from Kenya and the other side. Why can't they tell us of the jobs that our people are going to get, meaningful jobs in India? Why then do we have, look at what William Ruto is doing, messing up the education system in Kenya through band 1, band 2, band 3, band 4, band 5, of which band 5 is for the poor people. Because William Ruto believes that it is only the poor man who should be milked to death. I saw a son of a carpenter, a mere carpenter living in a slum who has been, called to go and do medicine, dumped in band 5, expected to pay the heaviest. And a whole principal, senior principal of a high school, whose wife is also working at a bank, whose kid is in band 1. Such a family of fluency, such a family. And then you want to tell us that they have problems and a kid who is suffering should now be poised to pay more. Now, shockingly, even after a poor man goes around selling all his cattle, selling his land to take his kid to school to bring a new hope for tomorrow, still there is no fairness in terms of what we call employment. And as you know, this is a government of shareholders, a government which is more of a company. Who is this who is now going to salvage the situation? We have parliamentarians who are now but naysayers of President William Ruto. No one can ever decide to go to the contrary. It is so sad that we can be called as young people to KICC in some tents to be lectured on how to mop well, as if we don't know how to mop. I mean, is this the best thing? Is this the best thing that the government of the day can do to people? Looking at the background and looking at the CVs of those who went there, these are learned fellas. These are graduates. These are graduates who went through universities, recognized universities in Kenya, Africa, and in Africa. But what the government can offer is to call Kenyans, tell them, line up here, bring your CVs. We are going to put them in a portal so that the following day, if there is someone in Qatar who needs a house help, then we are going to select someone who did electrical engineering to go and be a housemaid there. I mean, why are we doing this? Why are we mocking the very education that seemed to have been the key to success? It appears that now the keys to success, all of them have been changed, and the game today is about being either you are in the company or out of the company. It is so sad. Very sorry state of affairs in this country. And this is the reason why, if you don't believe it, this is the reason why the Gen Zs came out. And this is the reason why Gen Zs decided to make this country, the parliament, be unconstitutional. The same day the Gen Zs went there, it was unconstitutional. Even Maraga himself pronounced himself that by failing to consider the gender balance in terms of the matriculation to parliament, the parliament becomes illegal. So I think that moving forward, we have to face this government head on and tell them that we are Kenyans. There is no Kenyan who want to leave this beautiful country. But all of us want to live today because it is hectic. Everything is a Adani here, Adani there. All our parks today, even the parks that we are having, very, very soon you are going to see maintenance being done by Adani. So then, if Adani is A to Z, then why don't you just leave the high office, go back to Sugoi? That there was a deal that was brokered in Germany of around thousands of jobs that no one has brought into force. I've not seen one beneficiary of that. Kenya, slowly, gradually, even hastily, is turning up to be an agency for the job seekers. Domestic jobs. This is what Kenya is today. A government of brokers who can now turn all the citizenry to be domestic workers in a foreign land. Very sorry. We are very sad anytime we see in the JKIA our daughters, our sisters, our mothers are coming back in coffins. We are not going to take that kneeling down.